Tina Turner's daughter-in-law says singer feared son Ronnie would turn out like his abusive father Ike. Tina Turner's daughter-in-law claims the late singer was worried her son Ronnie would follow in his father Ike Turner's abusive footsteps. Afita Turner, who was married to Ronnie in 2007 until his death in 2022, shared in an interview with the Daily Mail that the private dancer-singer sometimes told me, "You don't want to stay with him. He is going to be like his father." Ike, who died of a drug overdose in 2007 at the age of 76, was physically and verbally abusive to Tina during their 14-year union. In her memoir, Tina, the 8-time Grammy winner, wrote that Ike was abusive and promiscuous throughout their marriage, which even led to her suicide attempt in 1968 by overdosing on Valium pills. French-born Afita, who is also a singer, confessed that at the beginning of their relationship, Ronnie did exhibit signs of troubling behavior. At first, he was kind of like his father, but after that, he was going very well, she revealed, noting that she told Ronnie she would not stay with him if it continued. "He made a very big effort to keep me," she continued. "In the beginning, it was very hard because I was not willing to stay with him." Afita said Ronnie, who had a history of drug-related arrests, was a heavy drinker when she first met him, but that she made him stop drinking and go to the gym, adding that he was doing very well. Here's what to know about legendary singer Tina Turner. The Queen of Rock and Roll died at 83 on Wednesday, after a prolific career that spanned decades. Tina, who was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist in 2021, sold more than 100 million records worldwide throughout her career, with songs including the anthemic hit, The Best, and her solo comeback single What's Love Got to Do With It. She scored her first and only #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for the song, which kicked off her 1980s career resurgence. Tina was 44 at the time, making her the oldest solo female artist to top the Hot 100 chart. The singer and actress had 12 total Grammy Awards, including 8 competitive awards, 3 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. Sadly, Ronnie died of complications from colon cancer months before his mother's passing. He was 62. Besides adopting 2 of Ike's sons, the What's Love Got to Do With It singer also had another son named Craig from a previous relationship with musician Raymond Hill when she was just 18. Tragically, Craig died by suicide in 2018, which Tina described as her saddest moment as a mother. "He was 59 when he died so tragically, but he will always be my baby," she said in the 2021 documentary Tina. She also theorized that Craig was lonely when he passed away from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in his Studio City, Calif. home. Afita takes comfort in the thought of Tina being reunited with her sons. "Tina Turner will be with us forever," she said. "Rest in peace with your 2 sons, Ron and Craig. I love you all very much." The Queen of Rock and Roll died earlier this week at age 83 of natural causes. Tina Turner's daughter-in-law reveals heartbreak caused by her children. Afita Turner is sharing new details about the struggles her mother-in-law, Tina Turner, endured before tragically dying Wednesday at the age of 83. The French musician, 46, revealed Tina feared her son, Ronnie, would turn out like his father, Ike, who put the proud Mary singer through years of abuse during their 16-year marriage. "Tina sometimes told me, 'You don't want to stay with him. He is going to be like his father,' Afita told the Daily Mail in an interview published Saturday. It is pretty rare for a mother to say that. The What's Love Got to Do With It hitmaker claimed her ex-husband gave her third-degree burns on her face, used her nose as a punching bag, and broke her jaw. According to her 1986 memoir Tina, she exposed her abusive life in interviews and in the 2021 documentary Tina. Her fears of Ronnie inheriting Ike's violent tendencies nearly came true, Afita said, admitting the 12-time Grammy winner's son initially exhibited similar traits. Afita married Ronnie in 2007. "At first, he was kind of like his father, but after that he was going very well," Afita said, recalling that she warned her late husband, who died of colon cancer in December at 62, that she would leave if the behavior continued. "He made a very big effort to keep me. In the beginning it was very hard because I was not willing to stay with him," she added. The Post's attempts to reach Afita were unsuccessful. Ronnie died mere weeks after his cancer diagnosis, making him the second of Tina's sons to pass away before the legendary recording artist. The Best singer's oldest son, Craig, died in 2018 of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Tina had also adopted Ike's 2 sons, Ike Jr. and Michael, from his previous relationship with Lorraine Taylor. "If you lose a child, or a loved one, you are going to cry every morning and every night, Afida said. While the family was still reeling over Ronnie's death, Tina died Wednesday of natural causes, after years of health problems. The Queen of Rock and Roll underwent a kidney transplant in 2017, after being diagnosed with intestinal cancer in 2016 and experiencing a stroke in 2013. But her Buddhist faith, Afida said, kept her going. She was ill for a long time, but she was extraordinarily strong too, Afida said of Tina, who spent her final years living in Switzerland. She was fighting for her life from 2017 until now. We knew how sick she was, but she was doing so well that this was not expected. Afida hopes her mother-in-law, who achieved a groundbreaking comeback career as a solo artist, is reunited with her children in the afterlife. They never had time to spend together, and now all three of them are together, Afida said. While Afida did not share funeral plans for the late music legend, she praised Tina's husband, Erwin Bach, for handling the arrangements, applauding him for helping Tina and doing a good job at it too. Bach, a longtime music executive, married Tina in 2013 after a lengthy relationship. Tina Turner will be with us forever, Afida said. Rest in peace with your two sons, Ron and Craig. I love you all very much. The Post has reached out to Tina's representatives and granddaughter Raquel for comment. Tina Turner's daughter-in-law, Afida Turner, has revealed the immense heartbreak the music icon faced due to her two sons. Tina, as per Afida, carried a heartache throughout her life, particularly in relation to her son Craig's suicide, and her fears about her son Ronnie, following in his father Ike Turner's abusive footsteps. Afida, who is from France, is also a musician like her mother-in-law, and she was married to Ronnie Turner, Tina's son, with ex-husband Ike. She was married to him for 16 years before he died in December 2022 after battling colon cancer. In an interview with Daily Mail, Tina's fears about Ronnie turning out like his abusive father kept her on the edge, Afida said. She was ill for a long time, but she was extraordinarily strong too. She was fighting for her life from 2017 until now. We knew how sick she was, but she was doing so well that this was not expected. Tina sometimes told me, "You don't want to stay with him. He is going to be like his father." It is pretty rare for a mother to say that. When Ronnie was diagnosed with colon cancer, Afida said, Tina was already very sick. It destroyed me. It traumatized me. Tina was already extremely sick when Ronnie was diagnosed. She could not fly to Los Angeles and care for him. I had to do it all on my own. I believe it is the force of nature and endurance. The two of them had very strong genes. Afida continued in the interview with the media outlet. Tina also continued to live in grief after Craig's suicide. According to Afida, losing Craig was a heartache that Tina carried with her every day, even as she battled her own ailing health. If you lose a child or a loved one, you are going to cry every morning and every night. Craig Raymond, whom Tina shared with her ex-husband Raymond Hill, killed himself in 2018 at the age of 59. However, Tina found strength in her Buddhist faith to cope with the heartache. According to the report, Tina found solace in her Buddhist faith, and that's the only comfort. They never had time to spend together, and now all three of them are together, remarked Afida. Tina suffered through a series of debilitating illnesses over the years, including intestinal cancer, post-traumatic stress disorder, and hypertension, that resulted in a stroke and renal failure. She was ill for a long time, but she was extraordinarily strong too, Afida said, before adding, we knew how sick she was, but she was doing so well that this was not expected. Afida further shared that the news of Tina's death came as an even greater shock for the family, as they are still dealing with their gut-wrenching grief over the loss of her son, Ronnie, who died from colon cancer in December 2022, just 5 months before his mother passed away.